Hey guys, it's Mike, and today I'm going to show you how to plan an entire day with macros that might be common for most of our guys starting out. Everyone gets their own numbers, but these are probably an area where many of our guy clients might start. So we're going to show you how to hit your numbers with the foods you enjoy, because that's what this thing's all about. We don't want you to eat all the foods we want you to eat. We want you to enjoy the foods you like to enjoy. So our macros for this one is going to be 80 fat, 300 carbs, 190 protein. Most people get these numbers and they say, what do I do with that? How do I know how to hit these numbers? And it really just takes a little practice, but I'm going to take away a few steps for you and show you how to do it. So I go to the diary, and this is where I'm looking at my rough draft essentially. I don't know what I want for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and snacks yet, but I'm going to plan on the fly in the foods that I think I'm going to eat tomorrow. So always plan ahead, guys. So I'm going to have eggs for breakfast. So let's search for eggs. So there's my egg right there. I'm going to have 5 eggs. I'm not going to add any butter or anything. I'm going to have some non-stick spray so I don't add any extra macros. And I'm going to have some Stronger You entry for the strawberries. I like strawberries. Always eat your fruit and veggies, guys. Definitely important quality is important. So I'm going to have 220 grams of strawberries. Save that. So that's what I want for breakfast. I don't know if it's the best idea yet, but that's what I want. So I'm going to plug it in, and later when we finish all this, we're going to check our numbers and verify where we need to adjust. So my lunch, I love chicken. So I'm going to enter the Stronger You cooked chicken. I like my chicken cooked because I can have it all prepped and then just take it out and weigh it. So we have a Stronger You entry in here for cooked chicken breast. I'm going to do 8 ounces. That's a big piece of chicken. Huge amount of protein. And just a little bit of fat, 0 carbs. And I'm going to have some rice. I'm going to search jasmine rice. I really like jasmine rice. I'm going to have 1.5 cups because 1 cup just doesn't do it for me. So 1.5 cups of rice. And I'm going to do a little bit of fat here. So I like Kerrygold butter. I'm going to add that. I'm going to do 15 grams of it. Nice amount of butter. So chicken with rice and butter. I'm going to add some broccoli as well. I think that's a really good combo. So 3 ounces of broccoli. So now I have the breakfast and the lunch that I want to eat. So now I'm going to add my dinner. I know, let's say my wife says we're going to have steak. I'll say, hey, what kind of steak are we having? She says, we're having filet mignon. You've been a good guy. I'm going to treat you to the good steak. So I'm going to look up filet. There we go. I'm going to have a nice big piece of steak. Let's say 8 ounces. We're going to add that. And then we're going to do, for this, we had rice earlier. I don't want rice again. That's just me. I'm going to do sweet potato. And I choose the Stronger You entry for that. We have a lot of Stronger You entries in here. They were created by us, so you can trust them. 100 grams. Let's do 300 grams. So that's a big serving of sweet potato. Now this meal may be a little large for most people. If you like smaller meals, you can split this in 2. So now breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it's in there. Now middle of the day, I like a snack. Let me say Quest bar. So that's a protein bar. I think it's pretty good. Little bit, extra carbs, but you have 300 here to play with, so we're going to roll with it. So this one, I'm going to pop in. And now everything is planned. I can already see I'm way off on my numbers. So my goal is 2,600 calories with those macros, but I'm at 2,000. So we have to add quite a bit, but I don't know how much yet. So I'm going to go to my diary. And you don't need to upgrade, guys, for this. I didn't upgrade for a while. So if you don't want to spend the money on upgrading this app, you don't have to. So if you hit nutrition, you'll see your macros right here. So we got really lucky. We need 190 grams of protein. We're at 196. We're really close. But look at our carbs. We're at 172 and our goal is 300. And it already sounds like we have a lot of food. So how do we get that up? I'll show you really quick. Our fat is at 80, but we only have 63. So we need to get that up also. So our goal here is 128 more grams of carbs and 17 more grams of fat. My goal when I go back to this screen is to add carbs and fat, but no protein. So let's see how we can do that. Breakfast. What are some breakfast foods that are carbs? Do we want waffles maybe? Do we want a glass of orange juice? We can have either of that. And those are a lot of carbs and it'll help us hit those numbers really well. So I'm going to add some orange juice. Now I think, let's say I have Simply Orange. That's a good one. So see how much carbs is in that? So I'm going to actually do a big glass of this. So I'm going to get 52 grams of carbs right there. So now we're getting a lot closer. So now lunch, we can have more rice. We can have more broccoli, although broccoli is a very, very low carb food. So it's not gonna add a lot. Sweet potatoes for dinner, or maybe we want a snack. Maybe we want some pretzels. Let's do that first. So we got pretzels here. These are pretty common ones. We're going to do 2 ounces of pretzels. So we're getting really close, guys. I'm going to check the numbers again just to see where we are. So we need 30 more grams of carbs. We can do that pretty easily. So I'll show you. So lunch. So I'm going to have a little bit more rice here. So I'm going to change this to 1.75. I'm going to check my diary to see where we are. And we're 19 grams off. So I'm going to add just a little bit more rice here. 300 carbs is plenty. It's going to seem like a lot of food, but as we progress, if your goal is fat loss, we may be reducing that. So you may miss these good starting numbers. Let's one more check here. We're 8 grams away. We can add a little bit more juice. If you do here, yeah, we'll do 2.25 servings. Maybe 2.5. Let's go 2.5. I think that might put us slightly over. So 305. We're within 5 grams. I'm going to leave that there for now. So now, remember when I said I wasn't going to add butter to my eggs? I actually changed my mind because now I see that I need butter. So I'm going to add a little bit of butter to this to hit that number a little easier. So we're going to look up that Kerrygold butter. I'm going to choose this one. So I need 15 grams. So I'm going to add, let's see here. We'll do 19 grams of butter. We'll be some delicious eggs here. Now we're going to check our numbers again. So remember our goals. Our goals are 190, 300, and 80. Our fat is perfect. So I don't want to really mess with the fat. The carbs are close. I'm not going to touch those. And the protein is over. So we need to reduce protein. So how do we do that? We're going to find one of the sources of protein here that is not going to mess up the carbs and fat too much when we move it. So I'm thinking chicken breast. So I need to reduce 19 grams. So let me do 5.5 here just to see what that does to the numbers of protein. All right, so check that out. Our goal, 190, 380. Our proteins 3 away. Our carbs are fat away. Our fat are 5 away. And our fat is 2 away. In my opinion, that's a perfect day. If I was just starting, honestly, if I was months into the program and I was that close every single day, I would know I would do awesome, because that's consistent enough and within a great margin of error to the goal that your coach is going to give you. So guys, this is how I would plan a day. And I know this is a little cumbersome at first and you may not know where to even begin, but always know this thing is a rough draft. If you plan ahead, you can really manipulate these numbers. And all these foods here are interchangeable. So if I don't want steak, I could have chicken with maybe butter, since it's less fat than filet. It will replace that fat. If for lunch, if I don't want chicken, maybe I want tilapia. That's awesome too. For breakfast, maybe instead of eggs, I want a peanut butter protein shake. You know, those macros are all interchangeable, and that's what we want you guys to realize, that this stuff, this is just an example here. Carbs can be traded for other carbs, fats for other fats, proteins for other proteins. So this is just a little video to show you guys how to plan a day in a way that I think most people should start. So if you do that, you're going to do great. You can get a little more adventurous as you go, but start here and you're going to do great. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.